Hey guys, have you ever shot someone on a plain background and you weren't satisfied? Want to learn how to go from something like this to something like this? Well, let's open up Photoshop and get after it. Hey guys, Rosario Zinnanti here, NYC photographer. Welcome back if you've been with me before, and welcome if this is your first time. Hopefully you'll get something out of this video and you'll enjoy it and maybe come back. So today we're going to revisit an old photo shoot with IFBB Wellness Pro, Fernanda Camargos. Fernanda is one of the sweetest competitors and models I've worked with. I'll put her information down below in the description where you can find her. So a while ago we shot a Wonder Woman look for Halloween. It was on a simple black background. It was kind of last minute, didn't really have a plan. They weren't bad images, but they weren't great either. So one day I decided I want to make them look epic. So that means creating a composite. Now, we could just run them through an AI engine and see what happens, but I'm old school and kind of a control freak. So yeah. So the first thing I did was search the web to see what kind of ideas I could find. And of course, the first thing that came up was the Wonder Woman poster from the movie. I thought, perfect. So let's open up Photoshop. And while I'm setting up for you guys, if you wouldn't mind, just hit that subscribe button, maybe a like. Okay guys, so let's get started. I have this shot of Fernanda that I shot a while back, but I want it to look something more like this. Just definitely a little bit more epic, don't you think? So here's step one. So step one, you're gonna duplicate the layer, and we're gonna head over here to our object selection tool, and we're gonna hit up here, select subject. Now, usually it does a way better job than that, but for some reason, of course, because we're recording, it gave me this big old disaster. Luckily, we already have that, and I'm gonna show you, it's right here. Photoshop is so good as of late. It does a pretty good job of separating her. As you can see, that was literally one click, guys. So we're gonna select subject, we're going to selecting mask, we're going to refine hair up here, and over here we're going to click on layer mask, and we're going to click, and there it is. If you shut out that bottom layer, as you can see, she's pretty nicely cut out. If you have to, you could always work on that layer mask a little bit, and there you go. I'm doing it fast, just so FYI. If you were going to do this and really do a clean job, you're going to really kind of like examine it, you're going to look at it from every angle, you're going to refine that mask if you want, but we're just doing it quickly. And as you can see, it was literally almost one click. Okay, so then we're going to go here. So I have everything done already, but we're just going to kind of go through step by step anyway, and I'll explain what I did. So to go from here, what we want to do is we want to remove our Wonder Woman, right? So you're going to go here, and you're going to use that remove tool, and you would just put a layer. You would add a layer. Now keep in mind, there's a million ways of doing the same thing. I'm just showing you how I would do it. You're going to make a copy of that layer so that you're not destroying the original. You're going to go to that remove tool, and you're just going to rub the brush all over her, and like I said, I already have it done, and you end up with just a clean background of the poster itself. Now we're going to add, from there we would add our model, okay, and you would size it to where you want it to be. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Now our next phase, you want to start bringing in some elements. So if you look at the original, and you look at right here, this giant shining reflection, okay, we want to add that to our model. So what I would do is I would shut these down, go back to the original, and on the original layer with the clone stamp tool, I just kind of go over that, and I would just kind of do that. And of course you're gonna clean it up when you change it, when you move it. You could do it that way, or you could do it the right way, and you could use the pen tool. If you use the pen tool, you could get a more precise reflection, right? So you would do something like that. You would get it to about here. And like, now bear with me guys, because like I said, we're just doing it fast, right? Wait. Oh, crying out loud, so sensitive. There we go. Okay, from here we kind of give it a little curve. Right about there. Right about there. And done. Good enough, okay? I'm gonna make the selection. And we are going to copy what is selected, and then we're going to add it to our model. So let's deselect that selection, and we're just gonna add it right to our selection. Okay, so there it is, right? We're now going to move it up to above this level. So now we can see it. We're going to transform it, and we're going to place it somewhere where it makes sense, right? I would say maybe somewhere like around there. Obviously it looks horrible, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on that opacity a little bit, just like that. And we're gonna change it to, let's see, maybe screen. Let's try screen. Okay, so now from there, we are going to put a little blur on it. Now we don't want it to completely disappear, but just by adding a little bit of a blur, and there is our reflection. Doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, we're trying to just recreate it and make it a little bit more realistic, right? So I might bring back some of that opacity, just like that. Okay, anyway, good enough. I already had those done, and I had them cleaned up. I did 4 for each one, excuse me, 2 for each bracelet, and it looks like that. So we're just gonna get rid of that one that we just did. And that is our subject. So now next, from there, we're gonna bring back the text. We're gonna copy that text the same way we did the reflection. And we're gonna, for our next part of it, I'm not gonna show you guys how to do text. If you can't copy the text and figure that out, then what are we doing? Anyway, I would then want to add a layer over the entire image to match the skin and the reflections to the background a little bit. So what I would ordinarily do is I would click on layer. I'm just going to copy the blue from there maybe, just to show you quickly how I did it. So now I have the color all ready to go. Go back to layer, fill layer, solid color. I'm going to use that color, okay? We are going to change it to about 50% just to see where we are. And we're going to change that from normal to screen, to lighten, to dodge, to lighten color. We'll go with screen again, I suppose. And we'll bring that opacity down just to the point where it starts to make her look like she belongs in this image. Okay, once again, we already had that done, and I'm just going to turn that layer back on, and you'll see, oh, we can probably play it just a little bit more. There you go. Okay, so from there, so you can see how quickly Photoshop allows you to do these things, even though I realized I already had them done. If I was doing it real time for you, it really would not be taking that much longer. So next, what we have is I created another layer, and I just kind of changed that layer to overlay and took the opacity down to 25%. At full it looks like that. I brought it down to about 25% just to kind of bring in some contrast, make it just look a little bit more cohesive. And from there, I just added some basic layers. A levels layer, a curves layer, a vibrance layer, and a saturation layer. I brought the saturation down a little bit, vibrance up a little bit, curves just a simple S-curve, and levels, I just increased the contrast a little bit. You can see the difference that'll make. It's very subtle. And from there, then we work on some details. So, as you can see, hold on, what did I just turn on? This, okay. So, what I wanted was the tiara, because if you guys remember, Wonder Woman has that epic tiara, right? So again, I just used the pen tool, copied it onto a layer, and voila, right there. So just for sake of argument, when I say transform, you're gonna hit Command T. When I threw it on there, it looked like that, and you're just gonna manipulate it and put it to the right size. Threw a layer mask on it. I brushed out this part of it so it looks like it's under the hair. Voila. Oh, almost looks pretty much like it was actually on her. And then from there, but as you can see, it doesn't take too long to go from here to here. What do you think, guys? Is this something you guys would have any interest in doing? Or do you want to just click AI the way everybody else seems to be doing now and just putting your model into whatever scene you want? I just like a little bit more control, and don't get me wrong, I do use AI from time to time, but yeah, I just like to kind of do it myself. Call me old school, call me old fart, whatever, but that's who I am, right? So that does it for this one, you guys. I hope I sparked your creative juices to give these type of composites a try. And if you did like this video, please give us a like and a subscribe. It means the world to me, you guys. Hopefully I'll see you back here next time. See you guys. Cheers.